Hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all well. Okay, so we're back in photo mode, so it can only mean one thing. So I've bought something, and yeah, so it's that. So the reason why I've bought something else is because the camera angle was annoying me with our last truck. So without any more delay, I've bought this. So obviously it's an older truck again. It's a DAF 95, and yeah, I really like it. So yeah, it's noisy, it's pretty powerful, and let's jump in, shall we? Right, jump in here. So I left the engine running so that you could see the lights, but yeah, inside we've got a posh coffee machine, we've got cigarettes, don't smoke people, normal taco, and yeah, it's a super space, so loads of room as well. It's got crawler gear, so L is crawler, and yeah, 4 on the bottom, and then just 2 Cellulite, 8 on the top. Perfect. Right, so I've already selected a job to do in this, and I did have a look through the recruitment agency as well. So you will notice it is louder. I did have a look through the recruitment agency, but unfortunately, I didn't like any of them. So I'm not going to employ someone just for the sake of having someone. I'm going to wait until it's someone that I actually want to employ. Anyway, so I've selected a job, and yeah, let's go and pick it up. So it's another car delivery, and it's to France. You loving life, mate? Yes, I hope you like it. And again, this is just a temporary vehicle, so I can lean forward a little bit for more view. And I could change down into the correct gear, but where's the fun in that? Yeah, so it sounds beefy. Hopefully it's not blowing your speakers. What I might do when we get to this next job, the pickup, I might actually turn the engine volume down a little bit just in case, and then I can play around. So I did do a test recording, it sounded fine, but where we've gone from something that's kind of quiet to this, it might be a bit of a shock.
Keep right and then turn right.
Okay, yeah, so I've chosen the next truck already. So that's going to be
turn right
when we've paid off the loan, I think. I think that will make sense. Anyway, yeah, so hope you're all well, hope you're all having a good one. This is the truck I've been driving on Utopia, and yeah, I do really like it. It's only got one engine available, and it's about 500 horsepower, I think. But yeah, I do really like it. I did want to use a Mercedes as the next truck, but unfortunately it crashed the game. So yeah, I lost about, I don't know, probably about 10 minutes worth of recording, and I had to go for this one. So this was going to be the third truck. But yeah, don't worry, I've got the next truck sorted out, and it's not brand new, but it's a lot more modern than the last two, like this one and the last one. But yeah, this is definitely a usable truck. It's nice to be able to yeah, look each way without doing weird things. We're speeding. Yeah, so it's quite powerful. Right, why does that say... Oh, okay, so when it's down, the parking brake's on. Yeah, we got some yellow lights as well, so I've genuinely never used yellow lights in this game before, so I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of difference that makes at night, which will be in this episode. Little things, little minds, that's what they say, isn't it? Yeah, I need to get used to this gearbox again, don't I? And I need to stop bloody speeding everywhere. Yeah, and also, so I thought that, yeah, a lot of my regular viewers from before I did this series, I thought a lot of them would kind of vanish and be disappointed, but have seen quite a few of them in the comments, so thank you for giving this a try. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, definitely, but yeah, I do really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just looking at the levels on OBS as I'm driving along, and it does seem a lot louder. It does sound genuine though for a, yeah, older truck. Obviously there's a lot more soundproofing in lorries these days, and yeah, the engines are not loud. There's loads of catalytic converters and different things to, yeah, reduce emissions. So yeah, a lot of the time you can barely hear the engine over the road noise in a lorry. And with automatics as well, they're pretty silky smooth now. We're going way too slow. They're pretty silky smooth. So yeah, like the modern lorries don't even feel the gear changes.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
Right. Right, I thought I'd put that on. Let's turn that off. And we're going to go in this lane. There's nothing there. Yeah, and when I park up, so I'll change the sound just in case it's booming. And, yeah, and then I'll show you around the outside a little bit, because obviously you haven't properly seen that yet. Come on, lights. There we go. So if any of my original subscribers are here, you'll know why I'm bombing along. Right. Whoops, sorry mate. Okay. Right, we are in the wrong lane, but it was worth it just for that. Yeah, so I'll have to Google whether this paint scheme was original, and then obviously I'll let you know.
Keep left.
Right.
And then turn left.
So just down here.
Turn left.
Oh right, okay, so sometimes these are a little bit tricky to get out. Good.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay, so enter, freight market, and yep, select that. Right, now, I'm going to pause it right here. I'm not going to go and connect. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so I wasn't cheating, I was just turning the volume down a little bit. So let's have a look around the truck quickly. Yeah, so that you can have a proper view of it. Yeah, so I like it, and I'm, yeah, really looking forward to using them lights as well. So there's a few more mods that I can do to it, but I didn't want to have a completely modded truck to start with. And on the wheel nuts there, them little indicators, they're really, really good. So they're only cheap. But yeah, if you've got a lorry, or if you're in the same lorry every day, I highly recommend them, because basically what you can do is you can see whether any of your nuts are becoming loose. And yeah, I think the ones I had were about 12 quid for all of them, and it just makes your walk around check in the morning so much easier. So yeah, I recommend them. I did have a couple of them nicked, which was annoying, and you can get them in different colours, so red, green, yellow, whatever you want, orange. But yeah, it does make it much easier. You should still check. Right. Connect to that. Okay, and we should probably look to see what cars we've got. Citroens. I think they're meant... Nope. Because that's a Peugeot at the back. Okay, well, I'm not sure what these cars are meant to be. That kind of looks like a Mondeo. Yeah, I don't know. Right, so, a little bit tricky to get out of here. So, we'll have to take it dead slow. Right, I keep thinking the handbrake's on, and I hope the audio's a little bit better now. So, normal sound I've left. I've just turned the exhaust volume down and also the engine volume. Right. Okay, it's not as tricky as I thought it was. My GPS has gone weird, so let's sort that out. Okay, leaning forward. Nice. Yeah, because if the arrows aren't all facing each other, then you know that something's up. And yeah, anytime you can save on your walk round inspection, you can, like your pre-check, you can spend on cleaning your windows and stuff. And trucker tip of the day, if you're new to a company, or even if you're not new, when you're working for a company, if you make friends with the other truck drivers, if anything comes up on your route that you're not 100% sure about, you can just ask them. So I remember ages and ages ago, when I was lorry driving, there was a delivery that I had to do, and I was the first person to do that delivery. There was a delivery I had to do, and the GPS took me a really wonky way, and then I ended up yeah, the wrong side of the building. So it was a right pain, and yeah, I couldn't just turn around, so I did actually have to drive probably about 2 miles to yeah, get in the correct place. So yeah, I made a note of it, and then the next time I saw that that was one of the delivery destinations, because we had a big whiteboard, I just had a quick word with the driver, showed them on Google Earth, yeah, like Google Maps, where the GPS sent me. It was a good GPS. It was TomTom trucking, but yeah, so I did him a favour, and then a few weeks later, yeah, he told me about this weird place. And yeah, so it works both ways, and if you help others out, they're more likely to help you. And just ask him whether there's anything you should be aware of, showing someone your drops of the day. That can be really good too. Right, we need to go right over. Okay. Yes, let's get a passing view. Yeah, I think it looks good. It's very vibrant. And it sounds good as well, in my opinion. Oh, bugger it. I was meant to get the truck application. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's red something, or maybe the logo's just red. But you have a little sticker in your window, and yeah, that little sticker means that when you pull up to one of the truck stops, they usually just let you straight in, and yeah, and then they don't wake you up in the middle of the night demanding money, because they know you've got an account. So it'll be your boss that gets the account, not yourself. Right, so 5 hours to go, and yeah, some of that will be on the ferry, obviously, or whatever we're taking there. Yeah, and something else. So obviously in the last episode we did a special delivery, just like Postman Pat, Yeah, if you enjoyed that, right, it's 60, that's fine. If you enjoyed that, I'm sorry to say I won't be able to keep doing them in this series, because obviously, yeah, lots of people won't have enjoyed that. But yeah, if there's enough demand, I'll do, yeah, episodes not related to this, doing them special deliveries. They are good. There's lots of different things you can take around. But yeah, they're quite slow going, as you probably saw. So I don't want to bore everyone. Yeah, and we've got this fancy coffee machine. So I really want a coffee machine, but I don't want a pod machine because, yeah, it's just a ridiculous waste. And the more I look into it, the more I want a coffee grinder and all that nonsense. But my goodness, the price of it is ridiculous. So someone tried to get a setup for making espressos, and yeah, he had a budget of £250, and I was thinking, Jesus, that's a lot of money for espressos, and not including the coffee, he couldn't make the budget, even though he was buying second-hand equipment. My goodness. So yeah, I think it's going to be a while. I had a pod machine before and I loved it, but yeah, all them pods, it was just like all that plastic waste is such a shame. And obviously it's quite expensive as well. Right, so our revs seem okay-ish. So obviously I've never had to spec a lorry in real life for ratios and all that kind of thing, so it's just guesswork. I do wish you could test drive a lorry, even if you rented it, like maybe being able to rent a lorry for a couple of days or something. That would be a really good thing to have in the game. But obviously when I was speccing this, I've got to take into account that it's a used truck, so you wouldn't actually be able to do that in real life. But yeah, looking forward to the next truck already. Much more modern. It'll be a right-hand drive as well. But not looking forward to that as much as checking these lights out when it goes dark. It's such a shame that I couldn't get the Mercedes working.
Keep left.
It was
And then
perfect.
exit left.
Right, so we're going on the Euro tunnel again. And what time are we at? 18 minutes. Nice. So I'll try not to mess it up at the other end. Oh, and also, between episodes I did sleep as well, so that's why our energy's gone up a little bit.
And then turn left. Turn left.
And this mod was about £30,000. Something like that. In the game, obviously. Redhead International. Okay. Why not? Well, it does say stop, so I better do, and I blast through it. I've done another temporary fix to my H shifter as well, so it's a little bit more solid on the bracket. So it's actually connected to my office chair, but it's just out of view of yeah, the web camera, luckily.
Keep right. And then exit right.
Okay, so last time, if you saw it, last time we came through here, we had to go through the X-ray machine, but this time we haven't got to, so that's really good because it is random in real life. Jesus, I wasn't expecting that. Right, let's put the steering wheel back on the desk. So that was genuinely a jolly jump scare, honestly. That scared the crap out of me. So that just goes to show that, yeah, the game's pretty realistic. I think that's probably the first jump scare, true jump scare, I've caught on a recording. So there you go, you lucky, lucky people. Right, so we can go into this lane now, I think. If we're skipping that. Right, it did reroute us through. So I'm not sure how that works. But in real life, yeah, it's completely random. Unless, like, obviously the security have got reason to, yeah, doubt you. I can't believe I hit that thing. I just wasn't expecting it. And yeah, where I pressed on the brake so hard, I pushed my office chair back. Because it's on wheels. Okay, so we're allowed to go straight through here.
Continue straight on.
Oh, bit of a frame rate drop. I think we had a frame rate drop last time, didn't we?
Recomputing.
Right, let's get these cars up. Yeah, so before I was a lorry driver, I used to watch some lorry drivers on YouTube. So my favourite was a bloke called CJC, and yeah, he used to yeah, have like a GoPro on and all that kind of thing on his head, and he'd attach them to his lorry. Really, really good driver. And also, not only was he a good driver, but he was a good human being. Well, still is a good human being. So if there was someone like in distress, he'd stop and help. And yeah, and also he was a defensive driver. So lots of people, well, not lots, but some people, when they get their lorry license and they get a little bit confident, they think that they can like bully other road users, and that then makes you a right tosser, because lots of people are scared of lorries, like especially young drivers, scared of lorries. And I've seen it before, like lorries just barging through. It's not India, so might isn't right over here. And yeah, but CJC was yeah, really like defensive, which makes him a professional lorry driver. Anyway, he also used to do live streams in his cab, and he'd be like cooking on a stove and stuff, and that's something that's really missing from DLC content, or yeah, online content. You always have a stove if you're overnighting in a lorry, if you're doing that kind of work. So a little camping stove is what I had, little one burner. I think CJC had 2. But yeah, you can't get them on here, because obviously you could use it to boil water in your little kettle, which I've actually still got.
Exit right.
But yeah, he was really, really funny. And his channel's still up, but unfortunately he's no longer active. But yeah, there's quite a lot of vloggers, but yeah, I highly recommend him, and I'm a subscriber to him still, because I'm hoping one day he yeah, gets back behind the wheel and does some more vlogs. If you are thinking about becoming a lorry driver and vlogging, some people have been fired because of it, so make sure you've got the permission of the company, and he did. And one for you Scania fans as well, because yeah, he had a Scania. Yeah, but it was like proper. it was the proper like grit of it, so it wasn't all this like showing in loads of different places and how brilliant lorry driving is and all that kind of stuff. It was proper genuine stuff. Right, I can't lean forward because I've moved my chair back. Okay, so this time let's try not to go through there. So if I go here, I shouldn't have to pay that toll, should I?
Turn right, and then turn right.
Oh no, I might have buggered this up. If I have, I'll fix it off camera. Yeah, so when he got a really awkward job, the cameras were still rolling anyway.
Keep left.
Right, keep left. Oh no, but we've buggered it up. Oh, where am I going?
Rerouting.
What's going to happen? What's down here? I think I'm going to be doing a lot of reversing. Right, gents, how do I get out? Okay, well, let's just follow it around then. And it does happen in real life. You do go the wrong way sometimes and you end up in the weirdest of places. So one of the jobs I was doing, I was delivering wine, and I presumed I was delivering it to a business, because it was quite a lot, like for a house anyway, quite a lot. And yeah, I turned up at this address and I thought, well, this isn't right, is it? Like something's gone wrong here. And out of the bloke's garage, he brought out this little like fork pallet truck, but it was height adjustable, so it was kind of like a very, very mini forklift that you pushed around by hand. And he hydraulically pumped the forks up, unloaded the lorry into his garage, and yeah, just very, very bizarre. And the neighbours weren't all like wondering why there was a lorry up this little residential estate. So he obviously got stuff delivered there quite frequently. Otherwise people would have been like frowning at me. Right, so an hour and 56 and we're at 28 minutes. Right, so we'll keep going. I'm flat out, of course, as always. Yeah, so if I lean forward now, you can see that, yeah, I've got proper, like, vision round, and I like the fact that the mirrors change like they would in real life as well. Obviously, if you're driving one of the lorries on this game that have got camera mirrors, which I've never experienced in real life, but yeah, they don't move, but it's much better because they're always in the cab, and also it gets rid of some of the rain problem because they've probably got some kind of Teflon on the lens, and in the morning or whenever you're doing your walk round check, you could quickly clean them off and you'd be laughing. So much safer. I think they've got slight night vision as well, which would be fantastic. So not night vision as in like green, but just a little bit of yeah, just a bit of extra light. Perfect. I still don't understand really why there isn't a reversing camera on trailers, because lots of companies use the same trailers on the same trucks all the time. How difficult would it be just to get a reverse camera? Not for like manoeuvring, just for safety. Like if you need to back up and you don't know where the banksman is because they're an idiot. Right, they've been pulled over. Oh mate, you screwed me up. Little Yaris. I think. Oh, they're not yellow lights. Oh. Got all excited for nothing, didn't I? You never know. When it goes pitch black, maybe it'll give a bit of a yellow tinge. But I'm not happy. Well, Johnny's miserable. No, I ain't joking. It's just one of them things, isn't it? I just wanted it to look a little bit more old school, because obviously this wouldn't have blue lights. I wish I had one of them cars. I'd love one. 133 horsepower, and they weigh about the same as a can of baked beans. So much fun. Okay, we probably shouldn't be out here. Let's go over again. Oh. So I think where Nvidia is trying to stick to 60 frames per second, I think sometimes it buggers it up a little bit, so I might actually remove that limiter. It won't make any difference to you lot because yeah, YouTube won't allow me to upload any higher than 60, so it'll be exactly the same. But we won't have frame rate drops by the looks of it. Right, keep right, then what? Looks like keep right, then go off to the left. Both of them do. Okay, so back over. Right, almost there. Yeah, and sorry about the last episode running over. So I didn't want to stop it halfway through and then make that go over 2 episodes, because I knew some people wouldn't enjoy it. So yeah, it just means that they've only had to skip 1 episode. Right, slow it down, Johnny. What's this in front? Scott Lee.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Okay, should we change down or just leave it in top?
Exit right.
Okay, what's this? Roadworks. Road narrows. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, I think we've been here before. Looks familiar. Unless it's just a random event. Right.
Exit now.
Can't remember how to signal. There it is. I can't believe I jumped scared.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Yeah, we have been here before, I'm sure of it. Right. So, really difficult to see on the map where I'm meant to be taking this.
Continue straight on.
Okay. So, straight up again.
Get ready to turn right.
Okay.
Turn right.
Yep, there it is. Perfect. Right, so let's get in there.
You have arrived at your destination.
I can't remember whether I put beacons on. Did I put beacons on? Let's have a look. Yes. So I've got zigzag kind of beacons on this. Nice one. Oh, I wish they were properly yellow. Okay, so let's get this in, shall we? Have a quick check. Yeah, I might put my seat forward a little bit and mess around with the field of view so I don't have to lean forward as much. Right. Now I think that last one's a Citroen. Looks like a kind of C5, doesn't it? I don't know. Oh, Iveco's over there, look. Nice. Okay. Dump that off. Yeah, so I need to get round to some more recruitment agencies so I can find a member of staff that I actually want to employ. Okay. Right, and yeah, so that's 36 minutes now, so that does bring us to the end of this one. So, thanks for joining me, everyone. I do really appreciate each and every view. And if you've liked this, please feel free to join me in the next one. So, cheers everyone, and bye for now.
Platform 17 for the 1832 South Central service to Brighton, fast to East Croydon, then Red Hill, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Baldcombe, Haywards Heath, Wimblesfield, Burgess Hill,